What's up, you guys? Welcome back, and if you're new, thank you so much for being here. So before we get started on prison habits that I still have, I wanted to briefly mention that I had someone very special on my channel the other day. His name is Gman. He's an Army veteran that served 13 years, and he struggles with PTSD. So we talked about that the other night. I will link that video up here, like over here, wherever YouTube throws that card. So definitely go check that out. I will also leave Gman's channel information right down below in the description box. So definitely go check him out if you're struggling or you know someone that's struggling, or even if you just want to hear a funny story. He has a great channel, so be sure to check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So some of these habits I did not think were learned in jail, but as I started thinking about it more, I'm like, yeah, you started that in jail and then eventually prison. So the first thing that I do, and this is not just me, I make everyone in my house do this, is courtesy flush. So for those of you that don't know, if you're going number two, don't just leave it, flush as you go, you know? And I make Reese do that. I try to make the girls do that. I'm a big fan of that. Don't stink up the bathroom. Like, how rude is that, you know? So the rule is, I'm sorry if this is TMI, but the rule is plop, flush, plop, flush. That's what courtesy flushing should look like. That way, the entire bathroom doesn't smell like crap. You know what I'm saying? So that is something I learned in jail and then prison, and I will always do that. Like, I can see my 90-year-old self courtesy flushing. The second thing, you'll have to tell me if you guys do this too, but the second thing is you have to brush your teeth or wash your face before you have breakfast. So in prison, if you go to the chow hall with dragon breath, you might get punched in the face. Like, brush your teeth before chow, you know? So I always do that. Like, it's just a habit. I've been doing it for many years. I will continue to do it. I brush my teeth before I drink coffee and before I have breakfast, which sounds so weird to some people, but other people are totally gonna get it. I don't know. It's a personal thing. And I remember like going to jail and having to stand behind people in the chow hall line, or prison, and they had dragon breath. And it made me so mad, like, ew, don't talk to me. And I'd have to like tell them, like, back up, bro. Get away from me, get out of my face with your dragon breath. Like, come on, be courteous to the other people at chow. The third thing that I do, and this is something that I really wish I could stop doing, but it's drinking coffee all day long. I don't care if it's 7 a.m. or 3 p.m. I am drinking coffee all day. I actually have it. My favorite cup, which has lipstick all over it, of course, but yeah, I drink coffee literally all day long. I like French vanilla coffee, and it's Dunkin' Donuts from like the little K-Pods, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know what it is. I cannot function without coffee all day. And you'd think like maybe that's why I have insomnia. No, no. I mean, caffeine doesn't even affect me at this point because I would mainline coffee if that was an option. I'm so addicted to coffee. So in jail, if you're cold, drink some coffee. If you're bored, drink some coffee. Like, it's just a thing. It's a thing that all inmates do. Most inmates are drinking coffee all day long. I even saw some girls in like county jail doing coffee bombs, which was like the most grotesque and disgusting thing. They would take coffee, like tweakers, okay? These tweakers in the South. They would take coffee in a toilet paper, a little piece of toilet paper, and they would swallow it. That's called a coffee bomb. Do you understand what would happen to my insides if I was just swallowing chunks of coffee, like instant coffee? No. Hard pass for me, man. You can keep on doing those coffee bombs over there away from me, preferably. The fourth thing that I do, and you know, this is just, it's gonna kind of lead us to another habit, but it's making my bed. So in jail and in prison, well, actually jail, not really as much, but prison definitely, you make your bed really tight. So I would take my sheet and I would tie it so tight that the mattress, it's a rectangle, I would make it like bowed, you know? So it'd be tied so tight. And in prison, you don't sleep in the bed, you sleep on the bed. So it's just really important to keep your shit in order, keep your bed nice and neat. And that's just something that I still have to this day. I want my bed clean and neat. So I wash my bedding probably way more often than you have to. And I always have to make sure my bed is clean. So the next thing is, things have to be clean in my house. They have to be in order. And I remember in prison, like just needing my trunk or my locker, depending on the facility, needing everything in order. And part of that is because I'm a control freak. Part of that is because I just really have bad anxiety if things are not neat and clean and orderly. And I just had that habit in prison. I've been doing it ever since. So just like, for example, in my bedroom, if the bed is not made, I think the whole room is trashed. If the bed is made, I can kind of deal with some other things being left out, but it's just really important to me to have a clean house, a tidy area, a clean bed space. Like, I'm so weird about it, and I know that's because of prison. The sixth thing that I do, I don't know if you guys are keeping track with the numbers, but I love mail. I love mail. I love stamps, envelopes, stationery, getting mail. I also write 9 people, which is a lot, and it's kind of difficult. Some of them are email, some of them are snail mail, but I just love mail. I love getting and sending mail. It's the weirdest thing, and I know that's a jail thing. I never cared about mail before I went to prison, but dude, I love getting letters. It's just the weirdest thing, I know. I also love printed out pictures. So if you can see behind me, I have tons of pictures and photo albums, and I always print out pictures. And that was just a habit in prison. I loved getting pictures in the mail, right? So that just stayed with me this whole time. The next thing that I still do is I love to read. I love to read at nighttime before I'm going to bed, and that was something that I did in prison too. You know, just to kind of unwind at the end of the day. I actually just ordered Michelle Obama's book. I can't wait to read that. So I love to read, and that was just instilled in me at a very young age, you know, 18, 19, going to jail and then eventually prison made me a reader. So I love books, I love to read, and I actually wish I still had time to read more because it's something that I really enjoy, and it kind of helps me just relax, helps my anxiety, all of that. So the last thing I do is I am very routined, and when my routine starts to slip or I deviate from my routine, I get overwhelmed and stressed out and more anxious than normal. And I've realized that recently I've been getting off track with my routine, which is working out, filming for you guys, working on school, then cleaning, and all the stuff that I do throughout the day. If I don't do it like in order and I have my specific routine, I just don't feel good, you know? And that's kind of been how Reese and I have been successful outside of jail and outside of our addiction in our recovery, is just staying routine, staying grounded, and doing things, you know, scheduled. And that sounds boring to a lot of people. I remember hearing that when I was young, and I'm like, ew, really? I don't want a routine. I don't want you to know where I am at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Like, I want to do my own thing. But as you get older and as you get out of certain bad habits like addiction or running the streets or whatever, a routine and a schedule can just help you so much. And it has helped my mental state more than I can even tell you guys, you know? And like I said, I know that sounds boring, but that's just me. So I hope you guys enjoyed these prison habits that I still have, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.